Look, it is so easy to love a book that makes you cry or turns your brain inside out. But what about the one that gets a kid to read 3 nights in a row without being asked? That's the real magic. And honestly, that magic lives in transitional and intermediate books a whole lot more than we give them credit for. I'm Nick. This is Dr. Cranky Pants Reads, and today we're talking about how to actually evaluate these books, not just by vibe, but what they do for the reader. So here's the thing. We've all got taste. That's normal. But when we're evaluating children's books, particularly for teaching, we've got to move past "I liked it" or "this wasn't for me." Because sometimes "not for me" is exactly the point. Instead, we ask, what is this book doing, and who is it doing it for? Start with the basics. Yeah, I know. But seriously, how does the book function well? Are the sentences doing what they need to do for that age group? Does the chapter structure support stamina and pacing? And is the vocabulary accessible without being watered down? And then my favorite question, what is this book asking the reader to do? Some books scaffold gently. Some they stretch a little. Some sneak in a little emotional labor between lines about lunchboxes and loose teeth. Either way, the structure should serve the story, not just pad the word count. Yes, even if it's funny, especially if it's funny, actually, good transitional and intermediate books aren't just starter packs for real literature. They're using literary elements on purpose, just with tighter budgets and less room to waste. So look for voices that feel distinct, not generic, dialogue that moves the story forward, themes that actually land with the intended age group, and emotional arcs that feel earned, not just slapped on in the final chapter. You're not just asking, is this well written? You're asking, is this well built for the reader it's meant for? And here's where it gets real. You might find a book too slow, too silly, too sentimental. But none of that means it isn't good. You are allowed to have taste. But teaching requires professional judgment. So instead of asking, did this hold my interest? Ask, what kind of reader would connect with this story? Whose experience is being centered in this book? And what kind of thinking or feeling does this book invite? And for whom? Because you can dislike a book's tone or style and still recognize its craft. You can say, not for me, but perfect for my 8-year-old who thrives on friendship drama and dog chaos. That's what helps growth. And let's be honest, if you were thinking that every single intermediate and transitional book was amazing, I have some other book recommendations for you. But that's the separation of taste and quality. Here's the bottom line. Books aren't always mirrors for you. They're invitations for them. And so the final and most important question to ask is this. Does this book make space for a reader to feel seen, challenged, curious, or understood? Even if that reader isn't me. If yes, it's a book worth bringing into your classroom. And if not, keep looking. The right one is out there. So yeah, look at vocabulary, look at sentence structure, look at plot, theme, and literary devices. More on that coming soon. But the question behind all of these questions is always, what is this book doing for the reader? Is it scaffolding identity? Is it building stamina? Stretching perspective? If the answer is yes, even in a book about, a hamster funeral, or a kid with a fart-powered jetpack. If that isn't already a thing yet, don't steal it. It's going to be my thing. You need to do some research. You've found something worth teaching. See you in the next one. Don't steal my idea.